All right, so we got news that Sam Howell is getting benched in favor of Jacoby Brissett. Once again, these benchings that have happened the last couple weeks of starters who have started most of the season, or at least over the last few weeks, the Tommy DeVitos, the Sam Howells, right? They've been benched, and now we're looking at Jacoby Brissett, who played admirably last year for the Washington. Well, he played last year for Cleveland, but now plays for Washington and is willing to toss the ball down the field. He looked more confident when he was with Cleveland last year than he did in previous years. He had strong connections with Amari Cooper, and maybe this is good news for Terry McLaurin, but Jacoby Brissett is the type of player that I'm not looking to put into my lineup, even in a desperation start to quarterback league, because he gets San Francisco. and, if Brissett is able to get the ball down the field, San Francisco's secondary has been vulnerable to downfield throws, but my concern is that the Washington offensive line is not going to be able to hold up, even with the mobility of Jacoby Brissett. Sam Howell was mobile enough. Jacoby Brissett, yes, he's a veteran. Yes, he had winning experience last year with Cleveland. But I am concerned that they'll continue to sack. They'll put pressure on Brissett, and I don't know if he's going to be able to make anyone a comfortable start for Washington this week. I mean, Logan Thomas has touchdown possibility like he does every week. We have Terry McLaurin. Jahan Dotson has really struggled to be consistent this year. Curtis Samuel has had his ups and downs as well. There are pieces of this offense that can be good for Washington, but once again, the front seven for San Francisco is really tough. It's the secondary, so if you can buy enough time for Jacoby Brissett to throw the ball down the field to McLaurin or Jahan Dotson, sure, fine, that's okay. But that's why we can't be comfortable with it. It takes a few different steps for things to go right. And when you are in Week 17 and in your championship week, you don't want to parlay bad probabilities, bad chances of success. Like, it's going to take a lot for Jacoby Brissett to be fantasy viable. Nothing is outside the range of outcomes. All he needs is a couple big plays from his playmakers like McLaurin. But against the San Francisco defense, they were torn up by Baltimore, but Baltimore is a very different offense and run very differently than Washington. And Ron Rivera is just coaching for pride at this point, and I don't know if pride is going to be able to get it to be enough to defeat San Francisco. This is clearly a game where you're avoiding most of the Washington pieces. Even if Brian Robinson gets back, probably not a good start this week, and Chris Rodriguez is hurt. Antonio Gibson maybe is the only player that we can have, maybe running back 2 possibility. But other than that, yeah, it's going to be ugly, this Washington-San Francisco game. I'm not looking to start Brissett. And best of luck in the Week 17 championship if you are forced to start one of these Washington players.